it's tonight. You're about to have a really good time, and it's sure to make you smile. On the bus, in the car, on the AirPods without wires. Rank it up on the workshop, it's the Bad and Liam podcast. Bad and Liam podcast.
G'day there, podcaster.
Oh, we're in a filthy mood today, Ben, because we've just tried to call 3 different people. No one has answered, so there's going to be no caller in the Friday extended cut, which means you and I are just going to have to do the tango for a little longer than normal.
That's right. And look, normally if someone doesn't answer, we might still push on, but we thought, you know what, it's Friday. We'll try a few extra people, and after the third one didn't answer, we thought, you know what?
Nah,
that's it.
Stuff it. We'll just do it ourselves. You may have been waiting for the results of our IQ test in today's podcast. We said we were going to do it yesterday. We've done the tests. We don't know each other's results, but producer Belle didn't rock up to work today.
Yep.
I think it's because she's scared of our IQ test results. But hopefully she will be on Monday so we can reveal the results when the whole team is in then. So stick around for that and enjoy the rest of the podcast. Ben, our mate Wolf, he used to be our producer actually, has a new job. He works for the council now, and we're a little jealous because he's left our workplace, and we thought this is a pretty cool place to work. I think we all enjoy
It's a radio station.
That's it. We all enjoy ourselves. It's a good environment. But it turns out nowhere near as cool as his new job because he was telling us they have a Friday tradition at this job. It's French Fridays. So they all come in on Friday wearing a beret and they eat croissants and stuff like that.
I believe that they do things like French Fridays, and then they have, say, French fries.
Mm-hmm. French onion dip.
Yep.
A delicacy over there.
Yep. That seems to me like
baguettes
the
and things.
worst Friday tradition in the world. I would hate that. I would hate having to go into a boardroom with all my colleagues and have French dip.
Yeah, and you're like typing away going, Bonjour, Jan. Good morning. Comment allez-vous, s'il vous plaît, ça plat pour moi?
We don't have a Friday tradition here at work besides the Friday drink cart, which we're never here for.
That's right, the drink cart.
So at 3 p.m.
We worked late enough one day in our lives on a Friday to be around for the drink cart.
So 3 p.m. every Friday in the Nova building, someone comes in with a drink cart and it's got like different beers
Kind
and
of like
chips and
in
stuff.
the Philosopher's Stone at the start when they're on the Hogwarts Express. Anything from the trolley, dear?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
that, except you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, or like when you're on a plane, they bring the trolley down the middle of the plane.
Yeah. Or if there was a man on the street selling snacks in a trolley. I think you understand the concept of the drinks trolley.
There's also, we work with a lady called Macy. Macy does the Friday joke.
Yeah,
I guess that's a tradition.
Yeah, she tells a joke on a Friday. I kind of, I don't know. I think it's probably better than French Fridays. But look, it's kind of nice. I know some people do like casual days and stuff, but what's your Friday work tradition? Do you have something in your workplace that you do every week? 13 24 10. Debbie, what do you guys get up to?
Happy Friday. I always love to take in a box of Krispy Kremes on Fridays. It's the best day of the week.
I bet you're
Share with the
popular.
office staff.
To share with the staff or all for you?
No, all for the staff, all for the customer service staff in there. So
right.
they do the hard yards.
Are you sort of ruling the roost around the donuts? Are you slapping hands going, that's enough for you,
had
Craig?
one.
You greedy pig.
No. Look, once the box is open, it's free for all.
Yeah, right. Are you getting
First in, best
are
dressed.
you getting the flavoured ones or just the original glaze?
Just the originals,
Oh,
always just the originals.
The glaze is where it's at. So what time of the day is that box demolished by? What do you think?
Oh, mid-morning, it's gone.
Mid-morning, yeah,
It's
yeah.
absolutely all gone, yep.
Well, Debbie, that sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah, I like your office there, Debbie. Ben, what's your Friday work tradition?
Good morning, Ben and Liam.
Good morning.
My tradition is we listen to Friday by Rebecca Black before we start work every Friday.
That's good for office morale.
Yeah, my boss hates it.
Friday, you got to get down on Friday.
What do you do for work, Ben?
I work at Kennard's High at High Marsh.
Yeah, right.
I love if you're like, essay, please.
Have you played it yet?
No, well, I'm just heading into work now. I'll just put it on in about the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, all the best then for that. I actually searched it in the Nova system. We didn't have it.
Yeah, it's been scrubbed.
Yeah.
I put a bullet in Rebecca Blake a long time ago here at Nova. Georgie, what are you getting up to in your workplace on a Friday?
Morning, Ben and Liam. How you going?
Good, thank you.
That's good. My Friday work tradition is we have Friday night barbecues and it rotates between all the workers.
Hang on, so you're all going to each other's houses and having barbecues on a Friday?
after work.
Wow.
That's
That's
about
a
the
tight-knit community.
Yeah. What do you do for a crust?
Working on, in agriculture.
Yeah, right. And so how many people, what's the rotation? How often is it at your house? How many people are doing this?
Oh, roughly. There's 10 of us.
10 of you?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that is close. That's real close.
Do you ever, is it one of those things where everyone sticks to it, or do you miss some sometimes, or how does it work? Is it pretty, religious?
Yeah, sometimes it just depends on what people have got on, but we're all pretty committed to it.
Wow, good on you, Georgie. I mean, I like to think we've got a pretty tight team here, but we've been talking about doing a dinner for the last 3 years now, and it's still not happened. Tammy, what's your Friday work tradition?
Good morning, Ben and Liam. How you going?
Good, thank you.
Good. We do Fat Friday on Fridays, so the calories don't count on Friday. So we eat whatever we want.
Fat
Look
Friday.
out. Let's get some hot dogs in for breakfast.
So what have you got today,
So-
Tammy?
Well, in the mornings we probably start off with bacon and egg sandwiches,
Sick.
Yeah.
and then chicken shop for lunch, and then in the afternoons we do a platter or a hot cob bread dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
Oh, I
so good,
love a
Tammy.
cob. I'm a sucker for a good cob. Do you put the little water chestnuts in there? And you have the sour cream and the spinach.
Sour cream and spinach
Or
and
do you
the
put
cheese.
you put the French
bacon.
onion sort of,
I did a spring vegetable soup.
Yeah.
So.
I love that Liam's on a bit of a diet at the moment. I can feel his eating that cob dip through you.
Well,
I'll have to come out to work today then.
Yeah, you guys might
Yeah.
have to do a cob dip mukbang for us. I know that sounds gross, but it's just if you live stream you eating that, I'd like to watch that.
I'm glad that was Fat Fridays because I thought it was FAP Fridays.
Oh, yeah, that would be an interesting workplace. Maybe we should bring that in here. Stephanie, what are you doing on a Friday?
Good morning. So we all go to Villies at lunchtime and we rotate on what we get every week. So this
All
week
right.
was
So-
sausage roll
Yeah.
and last week was pies.
And then you just go, yeah, I like it. You rotate, but it's just sausage roll pie week, sausage roll pie week, sausage roll pie week.
Are you ready to hit the road this summer? Hell yeah. Well, it's time to What If It. Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire. Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. How good? Booking cancellation windows apply. What if it's Aussie for travel? Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
And look at the time.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Yep, the 610 quiz, 5 questions. If you get on air, you go on the draw for 50k Fridays. I reckon, Liam, looking at the quiz this morning, I reckon question number 1 is going to make a few people stumble.
Yeah, well, let's see. Maddie from Flinders Park, you excited for the weekend?
Hi, yeah, I am.
You got anything good planned?
No, I'm doing a sober 75 days. So
Right. Okay. Well,
How many days into the sober 75 days are you?
12 days, guys.
Oh, early days. Okay, and what are you doing at the moment? It's a bit windy.
I am on a walk, health kick vibes.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
right.
Gee whiz, Maddie. You're really, I mean, I hope this lasts longer than the start of the year, but good on you. It's kicking, drinking,
Yeah.
on morning walks. Do you watch the television show The Crown?
No.
Okay. I thought that might have been your only saving grace. Well, let's see how you go with this first question.
Oh, no. Okay.
Prince Charles has COVID again. How many brothers and sisters does Charles have?
4.
Oh, I thought it'd be a tough one, Maddie.
No, it isn't 4. 4 siblings, I suppose, including him. I think that's a red hot clue for Ryan in Redwood Park. How many brothers and sisters does Charles have?
You made it pretty easy for me here. I'd say 3.
Yep, that's it.
Can you name them, Ryan?
Nah, I got no idea.
Neither could I.
Anne, Edward, and the weirdo, Andrew. Aussie Ben Simmons has been traded from his NBA basketball team, the 76ers.
Which is huge.
That is massive news to the Nets. James Harden coming over as well to the 76ers. Yeah, I know. Big basketball news.
Great.
Which famous reality star and model did Ben Simmons date?
It's one of the Jenners. I know
Oh,
this.
it is.
You're warm, Ryan.
It's Kendall, isn't it?
It is. It wasn't
Well
Caitlin.
done. Well done. And well done for being so close to dropping an S-bomb, but you just censored yourself. Very good, Ryan.
Controlled it.
Yeah, Ben Simmons, the man who's had it all. Okay, Taylor Swift and Ed
Premiership
Sheeran.
ring.
Yeah, am I right? Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran have a new single dropping this morning, a remix of The Joker and the Queen, not quite as good as The Joker and the Thief. You can hear it on Nova today, actually, just before midday. Is Cruel Summer a Tay-Tay song or an Ed Sheeran song?
That's a Taylor song, I reckon.
Big Taylor fan, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lee Sales is stepping down as the host of the 7:30 Report. What TV channel does that air on, Ryan?
I missed the question. Was it 7?
The 7:30 Report, what channel is that on?
9.
No, you're doing really well as well. Chris joins us now. Trudy. We've got Trudy. The 7:30 Report, what TV channel does that air on?
That's Channel 2.
Channel 2. It is, yeah, the ABC. Yep. I haven't called it Channel 2.
Hang on, so is it Channel 2? Is that what ABC is?
Yeah, if you put...
that's what I meant, ABC.
Yeah,
right. To be fair, if you put 2 on your remote, it comes up with the ABC.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I know Channel 1 for a while there was owned by Channel 10, but it was the sport channel. Remember that?
A lot of F1 and
F1.
old Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah.
yeah. Trudy, what's your favourite channel out of interest? Are you a 9 Gem fan?
Yeah, I tend to watch 9.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Did you ever wander up
You
to
know,
10,
maths.
10 Peach?
Watch Math.
Oh, you're a big maths fan.
Yeah.
What's your take on that guy from Texas?
Oh, nah, don't like him. Sorry.
Yeah. Is it the cauliflower ears or the attitude?
Oh, both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben and I were joking this week how funny it would be if I had cauliflower ears. Because you know how you only get that from wailing on dudes for like 30 years? Could you imagine?
All right, Trudy, you got one more question to go.
Last question. The Super Bowl is on Monday, and everyone is super excited about this early 2000s hip-hop halftime show. I mean, it's huge. It's like Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, you got Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige. They've been rehearsing in the last 24 hours. Can you finish these Snoop Doggy Dogg lyrics?
When the pimp's in the crib, ma.
No, I can't.
Oh, Trudy, it's an iconic song.
You're not cool enough, Trudy. Well, let's see if Chris knows the lyrics. Can you finish these?
When the pimp's in the crib, ma.
Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, but you gotta sing it like Snoop
put
does.
more
Yeah, put a
energy
bit
in
of
it.
swag
You know,
in it.
yeah.
I'll play it again and I'll give it a go.
Yeah, very good.
When the pimp's in the crib, ma.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah. All right. I see you, Chris. You're in the draw to win $50,000. You could get a call at 5 p.m. today from Kate, Tim and Joel letting you know you've won that.
Peace up, Pod Town.
Make sure you've got your radio on Nova because we're giving the first ever play to the new Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift song, Liam.
Ed's been busy this week doing a lot of collabs, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, that collab to me, that's a pretty obvious collab.
Makes sense.
But there was one that was very unlikely. He performed at the Brits. This was 2 days ago now. We were talking about it yesterday, actually, if you missed it. But he did a collab with one of your favourite bands, Liam.
Look what I'm wearing this morning.
You've got to Bring Me the Horizon shirt on.
It's the Sempiternal shirt, 2013, one of the best albums.
So for the people that don't know Bring Me the Horizon, they are a screamo band.
Yeah, definitely in your face a little bit more than Ed Sheeran, that's for sure.
But somehow the mashup did actually work. Have a listen to this.
Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do my bad habits lead to you.
I'm going to play it out just a little bit because I like the next bit.
Yeah, wait for this last bit. Gotta watch it on YouTube. So good.
Here it comes. So that is Ed Sheeran and Bring Me the Horizon. But it seems that 2022 is the year of the mashups because they're all over the place.
Everyone's bringing out Fleetwood Mac again, and it's just sort of like people like there's that one with the Britney Spears song and Genuine Pony.
You mean this one? I don't think I like this one, but
I'll put my hand up and say
it does work.
I'm not a huge fan of mashups.
Yep.
I prefer to keep them separate.
Yep.
Cross-pollination with music, not the best.
Well, then you're going to hate what I've done now, Liam, okay? Because I've gone looking. It got me thinking, what other mashups are out there that shouldn't work, but they do?
Okay.
I've got 5 for you, okay?
Yeah.
The first one, a bit of Adele and AC/DC.
Shouldn't work. Could you imagine if you got into your mate's car and they just put the key in the ignition and that started playing?
Another one for you. What about Rick Astley and Nirvana?
Shouldn't work. Oh, it does work. Does
reckon they get better and better. What about, have you ever thought that you could combine the Beatles with Shaggy?
Honey came in and she got me red-handed, creepy with the girl next
I was waiting for it. Mr. Lover. Oh, Mr. Lover.
What about, have you ever wondered, could you take Wham and cross it with Panic at the Disco?
Ben, I have never wondered that.
I signed in with the
That kind of slaps.
I have, though, without a doubt, saved my favourite for last.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this last mashup.
We've got Cardi B's WAP, and it's been put together with Encanto's We Don't Talk About Bruno.
No.
We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno.
Is that not the most 2022 thing you've ever heard?
You would need to take your child to a psychologist straight away if they heard that song on YouTube.
I also had to fade that down where I faded it down because the rest of it is just filled with expletives.
Bruno Wants To Gag, wants to talk.
It's Ben and Liam.
Good morning, Adelaide, and good news just in time for the Fringe. Couple of restrictions are easing, Liam.
Yeah, I was telling Ben about this morning, last night at my COVID Marshals meeting. Yeah, a few easings on restrictions. Yeah, no, me and the rest of the guys were really excited about it. We, you know, we all had a bit of a drink standing up after to celebrate. You're allowed to do that now. If I'd seen that out in public before, I would have had my knee in someone's back and I would have zip-tied their hands and taken them straight to the police.
Obviously, if I'm outside having a drink, totally fine.
Totally fine, mate.
If I was inside having a drink, what would you do?
You'd still
to me?
get the knee and the zip ties for sure, and that's just my responsibility as a marshal. So yeah, look, it's you know, you never really get to clock off as a COVID marshal once you've done the online test. You can't really put your badge and gun down, unfortunately.
You can also have up to 50 people now at private residences rather than 10.
Yeah,
if I had 51.
I'd catch you because I'm on stakeouts all night, so I've just got some binoculars and I'm just sort of hanging around.
But would you arrest everyone in the premises?
Everyone would be in the wrong. Yeah,
right.
Because I mean, one extra, that's 51 in the wrong in my book. So yeah, I'd have to call him back up. I wouldn't be going into a sort of heated situation like that by myself. Of course, I'm not a madman. We get taught that in COVID marshal training. But no, it's looking good. It's looking good.
Do you have a weapon?
Yeah, I got a baton. But I mean, I don't really use force. I don't choose violence often. But if it comes to it, sometimes it's necessary.
It's Ben and Liam.
The biggest entertainment event of the year is the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, and what a show it's going to be.
Oh, man. Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, mind you, all taking to the stage on Monday morning doing this epic 12-minute set. They're rehearsing right now over in Los Angeles, and Shane McInnes from 3AW is in LA checking it out. Good morning in Adelaide time, Shane. How you doing?
Hey, guys. Nice to be with you. I just heard you say the weather, 28 degrees, middle of winter in Los Angeles, 32 today.
Yeah, right. So what is LA like at the moment? Because, of course, they're hosting this event as well, so there must be such a buzz around LA.
Yeah, there is, and the fact that the LA Rams are one of the teams in the Super Bowl, there's been a real influx of people over the last couple of days. It's incredible because it's almost like an Olympics in the build-up to the game itself. People come to the Super Bowl city just to be part of the build-up. Most don't have a chance in getting a ticket to SoFi Stadium for the game. It's just all about being a part of the atmosphere. You know, there's a big indoor theme park, which is all based around NFL football. So a terrific vibe. Got to say, though, downtown Los Angeles, very, very quiet compared to what it was a couple of years ago.
Of course, with COVID and whatnot. But I suppose, it's what I didn't realise is, obviously, different cities bid and they move around where the Super Bowl is. But the LA Rams didn't know they would have been in the final at the start of the season. So the fact that they made it is crazy. That's like, Adelaide Oval saying, we got the final this year, and then the Crows make it or something like that.
Hey, Shane, I've seen how hard it is to get a ticket. People are posting prices of the ticket prices. But you're over there to cover it. Are you going to be at the game? Can you go to the Super Bowl?
I am very fortunate. I get to go. This is one of the small perks of working in the business. So get to go. I reckon I'll be a fair way back, but it'll be a great experience.
But still, they're going for like thousands of dollars. It would be so funny though if 3AW sent you to LA to watch it on a TV to report it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad you actually get to go to the game.
And then, of course, the other
nothing would surprise me, guys.
The halftime show is so big this year. We just mentioned all the artists in it. They were rehearsing today. Did you hear any of the rehearsals?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of what their rehearsals were like. That was only via video screen, unfortunately, because SoFi Stadium, where they've been rehearsing, is about 45 minutes outside of downtown Los Angeles. But Dr. Dre, I say that like we're mates, but he was saying today that he's pretty comfortable with how it's all come together and that he was getting goosebumps when Mary J. Blige was singing. So I think we're into something special.
Yeah, well, you were at the press conference today and you actually sent through this little bit of audio of them asking if there was going to be any surprises on stage.
This is like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg talking. Have a listen.
There won't be any wardrobe malfunctions, though, if that's what you're
Snoop, you so silly.
Snoop, I'm going to need you to keep your shirt on, all right?
I may not.
No, I had to talk Snoop and Eminem out of pulling their penises out.
Whoa!
I think that'd be the only thing that'd show up the old Janet Jackson.
I was about to say, it's a little bit more than the nipple of Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Boys, if we go on that level.
It certainly is. Hey, so I'm curious about your take on this. It's a big game. You've got the Cincinnati Bengals and you've also got the hometown team, the LA Rams. Who's going to win, Shane?
I'll break it down. Battle of the quarterbacks. The veteran quarterback for the LA Rams, Matt Stafford, up against Joe Burrow. Google Joe Burrow. He's one of the suavest, best-looking blokes going around. But I reckon the LA Rams, home field advantage, the weather favours them. Get on the Rams.
Well, look, Shane, I'll be honest with you. I'm only watching it for Dr. Dre. But either way, a lot of people will be getting around the Super Bowl on Monday morning. Joining us from Los Angeles from 3AW in Melbourne, Shane McInnes there. Thank you so much.
Ben and Lamb. It's like dopamine for your ears.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter, Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Good morning, newsreader extraordinaire Taylee Jones.
Good morning.
We're doing things a little differently this morning because Belle is sick.
Yep.
So, Tay, this is your first time doing What's Trending.
I know, and I'm feeling the pressure.
I can see your hands shaking. Well,
Sweat patches.
Consider this an audition. We'll let you know if you've passed or not at the end.
Wow.
Good luck.
Okay. Oh, gosh. All right. Just do I go straight into it?
Whenever you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
The floor's yours.
Well, first of all, Tasmania, guys, has formally requested to be considered to host the 2026 Commonwealth Games.
I find this laughable, I must admit.
Well, for a number of reasons. And it kind of the whole Com Games thing was already because Melbourne was the only one putting their hand up to host. Everyone was like, they're in the running, they're first in line, but everyone else was like, we don't actually want it.
Yeah.
No one else wanted to bid for it. But now Tassie does. And of course, we know they haven't even been able to so far secure like an AFL team because they just don't have
that's
the
it. Like,
infrastructure
learn to crawl before you can walk.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tassie, okay? I mean, get a load of yourselves.
So, like, that's going to be a real costly task to
I'm
have
pretty
that
sure
set up as well.
Adelaide
but,
didn't even put their hand up because we don't have enough infrastructure. And
Let alone Tasmania doing it.
The toe of Australia.
They do one Ashes and then they're like, we've got this.
Yeah.
But,
Apologies to any Tasmanian listeners being like, I quite like this show on the app, but I'll never listen again.
Well, let's rag on SA instead, shall we?
Okay.
Local Sturt MP and Liberal MP James Stephens, you might have seen this, during the crucial religious discrimination bill vote on Wednesday night, he fell asleep. So he wasn't even in the room. He wasn't there sitting in Parliament with the rest. He was actually in his office napping.
Just having a snooze.
Just having a bit of a kip.
He was having a snooze. Now, the government only really narrowly got this across the line without the amendments that Labor was sort of pushing for, without getting into the nitty-gritty of it. So him being there could have made a big difference. Like, this was a crucial vote for them and a big part of their election policy coming up. There were also, you might have heard the rumours and that potentially he was found having had soiled himself.
Oh, what? I hadn't heard
this-
that rumour.
yeah,
Sorry,
hang on.
Bombshell. Didn't hear that rumour.
There's rumours that he'd soiled himself.
Yeah, that he was found had soiled himself. Now he
there's a difference between having a nap and having a poo nap.
Hang on, was he was so tired that he couldn't possibly wake up to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, look, that was just one sort of rumour going around yesterday,
right,
but
yeah.
it came from a kind of like a high source.
Right.
And so lots of people umming and ahhing going, well, what kind of nap, was it? What had happened? How and why did he fall asleep?
Yeah.
But look,
must have been a
has-
stressful build-up.
He has, this feels gross to say,
Yeah.
but we're talking number ones, not number
Oh,
two. That was
okay.
the rumour.
Yeah, all right.
Still pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, we've
Yeah.
all been there.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
all
allegedly. Is
and he has since actually shut that down.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, well, that's good.
As you would, though.
Yeah, much like the Engadine Macca's story from Scott Morrison a few years ago.
Exactly. Yeah, he seems to just follow the federal government.
It certainly
Doesn't know
does.
the libs anyway. So he's told the Advertiser that's not true. He's dozed off and says he takes responsibility for missing the vote. So
I did fall asleep, but I did not wet myself.
Yeah, I was asleep, but I didn't wee myself. And I definitely didn't poo myself, okay?
makes it so much better. Looking across the ocean now, Prince Charles, he's tested positive to COVID again.
Yeah, and he was with the Queen, wasn't he? Like, when he was positive.
Yeah, so just this week, earlier in the week, she reportedly met with Prince Charles at Windsor Castle. So far, she's obviously being monitored because we know she's bloody old.
You know what my hot take is? I reckon the Queen would be fine, even if she had COVID. Like, even if she had a full viral load, I'm like, whatever. She's the longest-running British monarch in history. She's been through world wars. More scandals than you can point a stick at. I reckon
I reckon she's nah.
No, I reckon they make the
pretty
Pfizer vaccine from her sweat and tears. Do you know what I mean? I reckon we are surviving off her at the moment. Find a stronger figure.
No, I reckon they'd have some sort of special government mist that'd spray her in and she'd be totally immune to COVID.
Yeah, she's the only one who's bulletproof from it all.
Yeah, plus lizards can't get COVID. So.
That is true. She's a lizard underneath that fake human skin suit. Anyway, Taylee, I think you passed the test.
did
Well
pretty
done.
good.
That was great for a
thank
first What's Trending.
I think I'll call Belle during this song and we'll fire her. Only
Get
kidding,
better,
Belle.
Yes, what a funny story.
You're on Nova. Ben and Liam here with you, and the World Cup of rom-coms has been going on all week. We've been trying to find the best movie, and we are at the finale.
It's a debate, a big debate. Who will win medal?
Now, with the big debate, Liam, normally there's one topic. We both pick a side, and the jury, there's three people, they decide the winner. But today, the phone lines are just open.
Just open.
Everyone's the jury. You all get to decide. Voting does close, though, at 8:30 a.m. So you still got 15 minutes to vote. You can text us 0400 919 919, or you can call us 13 24 10.
What's better, The Wedding Singer or Pretty Woman? Obviously, the movie that everyone votes for will be the last movie ever screened at the drive-in for Valentine's Day before the drive-in closes down.
And also, if you get on air and give us your vote for the movie you want, you'll also be coming along.
You can take along that special someone. Would you like to go first this morning, Ben?
I can go first, Liam. I think we both agree that we respect both movies.
I think we respect each movie.
But I think in a big debate, there's no limits.
I'm going to be fighting tooth and nail for Pretty Woman.
Of
for sure.
course. Yeah, of course. All right, 30 seconds on the clock. I'm, of course, saying The Wedding Singer should be the winner of the World Cup of rom-coms. Pretty Woman on Valentine's Day? You have to excuse me while I call Phil Hoffman Travel and book my one-way ticket to Snoozeville. And hasn't Richard Gere been cancelled? I think I've heard a few things. You know who hasn't been cancelled yet? Adam Sandler, the Rom Com King. 50 First Dates, Blended, I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, and of course, his magnum opus, The Wedding Singer. Adam, what would you say to all the people who say you're not the king of rom-coms?
Shut up!
Pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad. I used Adam himself.
Yeah, you got him in there. Mine's more based in facts and stats, though, and they're pretty hard to argue with.
All right, you ready to go?
Yep, I'm ready. Pretty Woman is all time. It's heavy on the rom, light on the com, just how I like it. People don't want to wet themselves. They want their hearts warmed. The stats don't lie. Wedding Singer made $123 million in the box office. Pretty Woman, $463. Shoo! Julia Roberts has won 3 Golden Globes and an Oscar. What Sandler won? A slime bucket at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. The Wedding Singer's got a measly 6.9 on IMDb. Pretty Woman has a whopping 7.1. You know what that means, right? You lose an IMDb.
Debater.
Interesting you went for the IMDb stats, because if you go off the Rotten
Don't
Tomato...
mention the Rotten Tomato.
If you go off Rotten Tomato, Pretty Woman's got 66%, The Wedding Singer's got 69%.
I did see that. There's some contradicting information online. I was hoping you didn't see that, but yeah.
All right.
That's why this is so good, because they're so evenly matched.
Exactly right, Liam. You can get your votes in 13, 24, 10. Sean joins us now in Hallett Cove. What do you want to see, The Wedding Singer or Pretty Woman, mate?
I'd love to see The Wedding Singer.
Yep, thank you very much.
All right, Theo, what do you want to see, mate?
Morning, guys. How you going?
good.
Wedding Singer for me.
That's two for The Wedding
two
Singer.
For Jeanette, we're going to need a Pretty Woman. Is that what you want to hear?
Good morning, Ben and Liam. Yes, Pretty Woman.
All
Pretty
right, there
Woman,
you go.
good. Kerry, for you?
Without doubt, Pretty Woman.
Yep. 2 for 2. Adriana?
The Wedding Singer.
Teresa?
I did. Got lots of expensive.
Teresa, are you talking to someone else at the moment?
You're on the radio.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, sorry.
No, you're all right. Who are you talking to? What were they up to?
Just picking up some people.
Okay.
See you.
Yeah.
Glad to
See,
see
you
you
should see you to him as well.
Hi, guys.
See you guys.
Well, Teresa
Sorry
seems
about that, guys.
No, hey, totally
you're
fine.
right,
They
yeah.
seem preoccupied. Hey,
Who do you want to vote for, Pretty Woman
Since
or
you're here.
The Wedding Singer?
Of course, Pretty Woman.
Okay, it is 3 for 3 on the phone lines, but the voting is open. Nicola in Burnside, what are you voting for?
Pretty Woman, please.
Okay, why's that?
A classic.
Yeah.
It's got everything you need. It's brilliant.
Everything you need.
Everything you need and more.
Everything you need.
Corey, what about you, mate? Valentine's Day, what would you like to see there on the big screen?
Wedding Singer, please.
Wedding Singer,
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Alana in West Beach, imagine this. You're on air now, so you're coming on Monday. You pull up to the drive-in. You know this is the last movie you're ever going to see on a Valentine's Day here. What are we watching?
Definitely The Wedding Singer.
Okay, all right, Jess, what about you? Have you got a special someone you'd like to take along to the drive-in on Monday?
Yeah, my husband.
All right, and what do you think you guys are going to enjoy more?
We actually watched The Wedding Singer last week, so I'm voting for Pretty Woman.
Boring. You don't want to watch it again twice.
This is hard to split. I'm looking at the live updates, Liam, and guess what?
What?
It's 50-50. G'day, good morning Adelaide, and happy Friday. What a Friday it is, Liam. This is very exciting. All week we have been building to this moment. The final Valentine's Day movie at the Jeps Cross Drive-In. You got to decide what the Rom Com played there is. Well, you get to decide right now. It was The Wedding Singer versus Pretty Woman, Liam.
Yeah, look, we're tallying up all the votes. There's been a lot of calls on the phone lines. There's been texts. There's been comments on Facebook and Instagram, and it's pretty tight. The phone lines are closed now. Linda from Hope Valley snuck through just before. Good morning, Linda.
Hello, how are we, boys?
Very good, thank you. Which movie would you like to see played on Monday morning? Night.
Okay. Oh, well, you know what? This has been a no-brainer for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's very easy.
Mm.
And the movie has been my absolute favourite for many years.
Okay.
So I'm going to say Pretty Woman.
Down the street, pretty woman.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet. I see you're a Roy Orbison fan as well.
Very
Okay,
good, Linda.
Yeah.
I like the way you really drew that out as
drew
well.
it out. Okay,
Yeah.
that's one last vote for Pretty Woman. I'm just looking at the screen. I mean, we did say we'd shut the phone lines
Yep.
down. Linda's going along now. Have we got the final tally on the text as well, Andy? Yep, we're good.
Just before we reveal the winner, everyone who calls and votes is coming along to the Wallace Mainline Drive-In, and going to have a great night as well, because we've got some special goodies to everyone that comes along. We got flowers, you get a rose upon entry, thanks to Flower Nook, and also a big old bag of fruit chocks.
Chockies, flowers, the entertainment. It's all sorted for you. But let's find out what movie is going to be playing.
And the winner is...
It's Pretty Woman, guys. Julia Roberts, Richard Gere. It's won the World Cup of rom-coms as voted by you. That's the movie. The last ever movie that's going to be screened on Valentine's Day at the drive-in. We still have a few more car spots left, so don't worry. Grab the rest of the show, and on Monday morning, we'll have more opportunities for you to come along.
Do you want to play it out?
And you look lovely as can be.
Do I ever?
Lonely, just like me.
All right, thank you all very much for your votes. You've earned this. You are on Nova with your mates, Ben and Liam.
P to the O to the D to the cast.
You are on Nova with your mates, Ben and Liam. We're also joined now by your Saturday morning host, Jodie. G'day.
G'day, pleasure to be here on a Friday morning.
Oh, how good is it?
I did hear you having a crack at Tasmanians before.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
He's
you're
from Tasmania.
I am a not so
that's
proud
right.
Tasmanian.
Hey, why are you living in Adelaide then? Obviously, you didn't like Tasmania enough.
Oh, maybe my parents made me move.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Hey, I want to talk to you boys this morning. A story came over my desk this week about financial fidelity. Let me explain that to you. So 20% of Aussies say you shouldn't have to tell your partner about your personal spending. So basically spending cash behind your partner's back.
Okay, well, I feel like most people are kind of snookered in that sense. I share an account.
What?
Share an account.
You don't have your own account?
No.
Do you have your own account?
What, do you have a Dolomite account as well?
Hang on, do you share an account? So you have a
How long have
separate,
you
so
been
you have a
married
separate
for?
account from your husband?
We've got a shared account, but we've got our individual accounts.
Really?
What are you doing with it? What's
Are
he
you
doing?
guys
What's he
kidding?
doing with that?
Yeah,
That's what I
well,
want to
yeah.
know.
What do you mean?
For all his website
That's weird,
subscriptions.
Jodie.
It's not weird.
It is.
We
Is
have,
it?
We have financial freedom from each other. Like, not everything needs to be tethered to the house
Yeah,
and the
but my
mortgage and
partner
the
and
car
I,
payment.
same as Liam, we've just got a joint account. We don't have
Wow.
individual
All
accounts.
just dumps into the same pile.
We've both got our own cards. You can spend it however you want to spend it, but it's just separated.
So
it's
hang on.
not. It's together. Sorry.
Oh, let me get this straight. So your wage here from Nova 919,
yes.
which would be substantial, I'd imagine, goes straight into your shared account.
Yes. Yeah. Why is that weird? I think you're the odd one out here. I think you're the odd one
Or
out.
is this the new way of thinking?
Well, I don't know, because you talk about financial fidelity, but my partner and I can spend money on whatever we want. Whatever. I wouldn't necessarily go to the shops and buy something and say, hey, I'm going to buy this. Is that okay? But I'd probably come home and say, look what I bought. We don't really communicate. I don't know, but I don't like keep her up to date with what I'm buying.
Let me ask you this question. Is there a minimum amount, like under $100 you wouldn't flag it with her, but is there an amount over, say, $2,000 or that you would check in before you...
I think, yeah, for sure. There'd be... But I mean, I'm not buying many expensive things, but it's more
No,
little...
because you get it for free, you two.
That's true. We do get sent some things.
So, yeah, what about FIFA, Liam, for example? If you were spending $100 on FIFA, would you tell Sarah that?
Turn a blind eye. I just hope she doesn't see the EA Sports things coming out of the account. But yeah, no, I wouldn't flag that.
See,
No.
I've been in situations where I've been in a relationship where it's like you spent how much on that Who Weekly magazine? Like it's been...
That's ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Maybe that's why I want my own account from
Yeah.
her. When you earn the money, my philosophy is I earn it, I'll spend it however I please.
Yeah, fair enough. Well,
Having said that, I was unemployed for the first couple of months of this year and felt a bit bad about my spending. So I do that thing where you go to Coles as a woman and you buy the groceries and maybe get a bit of like 50 cash out on the side.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
So hang on. So then if you've got the joint account and you've both got your
He
individual
can't get his
accounts,
head around it, can he?
obviously, like say the mortgage comes out, do you both put the same amount in every week? Is that how it works?
No, God, no. It's been probably inequitable for quite a while.
Oh, okay,
Like someone
right.
might put in more
Yeah.
1 week and then another person might put in
That
more.
just sounds confusing. You got to keep track
like
of who's putting
chasing
what
your
in.
partner up like a landlord.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah,
noticed
you
you had to
put
put
the- you put
300
the-
in. Jodie, I'm gonna chase you up more and more on this one.
The other thing I think women hide from men is the old online purchases. Like I
Oh,
always
like
get
online
nervous,
shopping.
and I know my daughter gets nervous too when we order something, and you get the text message saying your online delivery is coming this afternoon. You have to race.
Well,
home
that's
and
the
buy it.
thing. I'm sort of like, it doesn't matter if it's in the shared account or not, because I still have to swim through bags of iconic orders to get to the front door when I get home every day. And then Sarah always says, no, but there's free returns. Like they're getting sent back, right?
Yeah,
and she does send them a lot.
My partner Sam's not great with like money in terms of like not spending it, but she's bad. Like her online banking app, she's never had it working because she got locked out of it once, and she's never called them to fix it. So she has to text me and go, "Hey, can you transfer $25 to my friend?"
Are you kidding?
And I have to go, "Yeah, all right." So then send me the details. So then I transfer her friend the money.
Oh, that's the biggest pain.
Yeah.
The other thing my husband will do is quite often, because he manages all the finances, he'll just come to me and slip a document and just go, just sign this, and it's got the big banker say up.
Yeah.
I'll be like, what's this? And he's like, you don't need to worry about it.
Now I have control of your side account. I own all the money. Why don't we do this morning? 13 24 10. What did your partner buy behind your back?
Yeah.
Maybe if you've got one of these side accounts, or maybe you just hadn't checked the account in a little while. What did your partner buy behind your back? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of little things. It'd be pretty crazy if someone just got a car. Just,
Yeah.
you know,
All right. I like it. 13, 24, 10.
Now I'm hoping he's not listening and knows about my side hustle with Coles.
yeah, that $50.
David, what was it?
Look, there's probably a good reason that my other half keeps control of my money.
Okay.
I thought, the essential items, a set of night vision goggles.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Russian military-grade night vision goggles.
I love that, David. What do you do with them?
I've used them about 3 times, but not much.
What do you mean, like you've used it? Like you walk in the backyard at midnight and just look around and then go inside? Or what do you do?
Yeah. Look,
awesome.
I've seen some interesting bugs in the trees and stuff. That's about it.
Out of curiosity, David, what does a pair of night vision goggles set you back?
A bit. Cost me about $1,200.
Oh, no wonder why you lost your right. I love the idea of you inviting your mates over. They've also got night vision goggles and you're just playing table tennis in the dark. And that's how your wife caught you, because she turned the light on and it scored both of your retinas.
Mary joins us now. What did your partner buy behind your back?
Well, I was always coming home to a new golf club, and we kept our bank accounts separate our whole marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day I found out, quite by accident, that he had lent a significant amount of money behind my back. And I'd been basically supporting us for ages. And, that was pretty much the last straw. So, yeah.
Who was he lending money to?
Just a friend. Just a mate.
Oh,
yeah, so obviously, it's a bit like, mate, I got to race 3 Caulfield. I got a good tip, mate. This is just one more gamble, man. Mary, do you mind us asking how much he had lent?
It was like for us. It was significant. So I'm going to let's just say maybe a little bit more than 10.
And that was when you went, you know what, we're merging these accounts.
For us, you said for us, 10 is significant.
That's
for
everybody,
That's whoever you are. My God. Good mate, though. Real good mate. I wish I had mates who'd give me 10 grand.
Kate, good morning. What did your partner buy behind your back?
Yeah, how you going, guys? So, my husband bought a motorbike.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right. What'd that cost?
Oh, yeah. Obey all traffic regulations.
Oh, that's I was like, oh, Kate's going all serious. No, that was your sat-nav in the background there. Aiden, what did your partner buy behind your back?
So one day my partner took me into Rundle Mall to David Jones and said he had something to pick up. And she pulled out this brand spanking new little Marc Jacobs handbag.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Now, I've heard the name Marc Jacob, but I know that's
Mark
expensive.
with a C, I believe.
Yeah. So what does that cost, Aiden?
She kept it from me for a bit, so I sneakily looked it up online, and it was $630.
Oh,
bit of money. Bit of money for something a canvas bag could do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put up my hand here.
And this bag is tiny.
Yeah. Like a little purse that you take out.
A clutch.
A clutch, that's the word.
Yeah.
Nicole, did your partner buy something behind your back?
Good morning. Yes, he certainly did. Good morning, boys and Jodie. How are we?
Very good, thank you.
Fantastic. My now husband brought a $2,000 classic 1959 Jaguar with no engine in it whatsoever, everything in parts.
That's pretty good though. Like
I mean,
$2,000. Like, if he does that up, that'd be worth a bit of money.
Two grand for a Jag though. Like
The amount of cars my dad comes home
that's a
with,
steal.
I'll do them up.
I know
cars everywhere.
I know nothing about cars, but I know, to be honest, Nicole, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be angry
No.
about that.
The prerequisite of a vehicle is that you can drive it on the road. It has no engine.
Fix it up.
But it's been in the garage for 6 years now, and it hasn't left the garage.
You get around to it.
He's just researching the parts. Yeah, he'll never get around to that, for sure. Jodie, what did your partner buy behind your back?
I bought something behind his back. I was in Perth for work, and there was a Marilyn Monroe photographic exhibition on, and I bought a $4,500 piece of artwork, and he didn't really know about it until it got delivered.
You didn't. $4,500 for what? A little Marilyn Monroe picture?
Oh, it's a big one. It's pretty big.
Yeah, but you can get a JPEG on Google Images and take it to Officeworks. I could do that for $60 for you.
Hope you're having a pod blast with the podcast.
Alrighty, folks, it's time for the Ben and Liam meat tray.
We're giving away a meat tray to the best caller of the week every week. So if that isn't an incentive to call through, I don't know what is. Before we get to the formalities, we probably need to award the worst caller of the week.
Yep.
They'll get a nugget. Just one single nugget.
I think we should give a cabbage maybe to the worst caller.
Potentially. Well, we're still working that out.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst caller last week got nothing. This week, it goes to Keith, who called through for the 610 quiz. Keith from Seacliff Park. Can you give us a 5-letter word, please, sir?
Any 5-letter word?
Just any.
PG.
Any in the world.
PG, Keith.
Word.
No, 'cause that's 4. So that's not 5. You need 5 letters in it. Ironically, Keith could have said his own name. But anyway, thanks for playing, Keith. But now we move on to our best caller of the week, the person walking away with that illustrious meat tray.
And Liam, who has donated very generously this meat tray this week?
Lowe's Meat & Co. in Mount Barker.
Oh, the
Thank you
best meat.
so much to those guys.
Producer Belle is from Mount Barker.
Yeah.
And even though she is a vegetarian, we know full well that she does love a steak every now and
she
then.
sneaks one in.
And she told us that Lowe's Meat Co. in Mount Barker is by far the best steak she has ever eaten.
Big shout out to Dan Lowe as well for giving us the meat. Of course, if you're a butcher listening this morning, if you would like to provide a meat tray for a shout out next week, you can text in 0409 322. Oh, I almost said my number then. 0400 919 919.
All right, now
no one text me. Don't work out those last 3 digits.
remember that number you want is 0400 919 919. Now, Liam, the exciting part. Who has won the best caller of the week?
Look, we were asking people if they'd ever accidentally posted anything online yesterday, and we got this awesome call from Stephanie.
So I bought my boyfriend this Christmas mankini. It's like a Borat one, it barely covers anything.
Yeah.
And I took a selfie in it, sent it to him as a joke, and I accidentally posted it on my Snapchat story. I got all my family on Snapchat, including my parents.
Oh,
and then I even got nearly all my workmates on Snap as well.
Oh.
So,
Did anyone send you a snap back saying, Vanas? Wah. Stephanie from Golden Grove, good morning. You're the best caller of the week.
oh my God, thank you. Good
You're
morning,
so
guys.
welcome. Good morning. Are you a big fan of meat trays?
Yes, I love them, and I've got a family barbecue on Sunday, so it's worked out perfect.
It's just perfect. Well, how do you feel about crumbed lamb cutlets?
Yes, I love them.
You ever
I
had
actually get them all the time.
you ever had a ciabatta before?
Yes, I have chapati.
Chuck a couple of those in there.
They'll make you burp and fart a bit, but they taste good.
That's right.
Couple of rissoles, some meatballs,
Yes,
and of course
Lamb and feta sausages.
a big pork
Yum.
knuck to finish things off. So
Actually,
pretty
did you want the pork knuck right now, Steph?
I would love them right now,
okay, I'll just load it into the cannon. That should be coming. I put the digits in 5125. That's the postcode for Golden Grove. So
You ready?
Should be landing. Can you catch it? Hang on, it's coming.
You
got it?
Yeah, very good, Steph.
Good on you. You got the knuck. You enjoyed that. Have a good barbecue.
Congratulations. Thank you very much for listening. Make sure you keep listening as well, because 10:30 this morning, that brand new Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran song is dropping.
And if you've been desperate to come along to the drive-in on Valentine's Day for our big Rom Com to see Pretty Woman, don't worry. Monday morning, plenty more chances to win, so make sure you're listening through then. And that's the end of the Ben and Liam podcast. It's an extended cut. No caller though, Ben, so we're just going to have to jive.
What I would like to say though is, there's always this is the main podcast, and there's the national one. Then there's every now and then there's bonus ones with interviews and stuff. If you go to the Rowan Browning one, there's a fun little Liam travel story at the end of the Rowan Browning chat.
No. At the end of the Rowan Browning chat, I was talking about how I was bullied for doing acting classes.
Was that what it was?
And at the end of the Recap All Around Australia podcast,
That was the one.
I was talking about my visit to the red light district.
You know what? They're actually both worth listening to.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Yeah, because
if
the
anything,
acting stuff was interesting.
If anything, feels like it might be more interesting than this one. Let me answer, just touching on what we touched on in the in the Recap Around Australia podcast, which of course won't come out for another couple of days. But
so I've just plugged it, and it won't be out until
people are
Sunday.
like, geez, I'm waiting for that now. You can't tell me that if you were in Amsterdam, you wouldn't visit that district.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's like when in Rome. Like when in Amsterdam, you check it out.
Oh, for sure.
Real grotty though, I must admit. Like it's sort of if they you know how like people have a view of hell. Like obviously that wasn't hell to me, but I'm like it feels like everyone who's here right now is going to hell. Like there's
wow, is
like
it cobblestone streets?
Yeah, so it's like really like beautiful
Plain.
architecture.
Yeah,
but there's like nude women in the windows.
Yep,
and they're obviously you kind of knock on the window and give them the thumbs up, and then you go in there.
Oh, you do.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to do that.
So what you were doing?
That was not what I was doing.
It sounds like that's what you were doing.
No, but there's all different streets. There's like...
Sounds like you're going around knocking on windows going, thumbs up? And come in.
No one was giving me the thumbs.
Everyone was going thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Ah, geez, got to find one. No, there's streets, though. This is what no one tells you. There's like streets for different categories, if you will.
Really?
So what, you might be... This is like a brunette street. This is a...
Wow.
A larger lady street. There's also, men and that sort of stuff as well. And there's so many people like walking around in like AC Milan tracksuits selling drugs and stuff on the street. And there's scary bouncers everywhere. And it's like, it's weird though, because most of the people there aren't seedy. They're more just obviously tourists just going, oh, isn't this weird? Like walking around. Like it's not seen as dirty to be around that.
Yeah, well, I remember this is like not as crazy as what Amsterdam would be, but even in Bali, I'm sure you've had this as well, but they're just trying to sling illegal drugs left, right, and centre.
Yeah, but Bali, you have to. I mean, obviously don't condone drugs, but buying drugs in Bali like risky. I know, obviously a lot of people do it, but I'd be way too scared.
But even like there's illegal drugs. Then there's even like I don't even know if this is illegal, but they're trying to sell like Viagra. But they're trying to like buy some Viagra. I'm fine. I'm more than fine.
Yeah, it'd be funny to try though. But I reckon...
As a radio bit?
As a radio bit, just do a whole show. A Pen and Liam's Viagra show. There's... remember that guy got done in front of Sky Garden, like the Australian dude with all the drugs, and they're like, he's because you can get executed over there. It's horrible, but it was all Panadol. Remember, it was crushed up Panadol.
Because he was,
but he was like, well, thank God that they'd sold him some dodgy stuff because he couldn't actually be convicted of, what he was being convicted of. So he was like, wasn't even charged in the end, but he was taken to the prison, and he was like a pretty young Australian guy. I think that was like maybe 5 years ago.
That was just a classic mix-up where someone actually had a big bag of crushed up Panadol when they needed it, and someone had a big bag of crushed up drugs.
Yeah,
and they bumped into each other like suitcases dropping to the floor and picked up the wrong one.
Yeah,
and somewhere someone just had a really bad headache and they were like pouring it into their drink.
Yeah,
having a real bad time
because all Panadol comes in crunched up powder form, doesn't it? Yeah. No, I find normally if I've been drinking, the next day I'll get a credit card out and cut up some Panadol.
Works twice as fast. Faster than Optizorb technology.
Yeah, just better sniff my Nurofen Zavance. But also, do you think that reeks of, like, the Balinese police force being paid off and being like, can we just make this look like Panadol? And is that the story that's going to go out? But then again, I mean, there's all the Bali 9 and stuff. Like, obviously, they're pretty hard on that sort of thing. So even the Australian government don't really get to interfere with something on foreign soil. Didn't your dad get robbed in Bali?
No, they tried to. So he got pulled over. Well, he almost got shook down by the Balinese cops, and because he had been there a few times, but this was before Bali was like Bali, like so it probably would have been like 15 years ago. But he went there and he'd heard that the cops will sometimes try and shake down tourists for extra money because they'll say, you were doing this illegal, you have to pay us a fine.
Yeah.
And make you pay like twice, double, triple what you're supposed to actually pay, and they'll just take it off the top. And then he got pulled over, he was on a scooter, and they tried to make him pay a bunch of money, and Dad said, I don't have any money. And he did, but he had all his money hidden in his sock. Yeah, and then he said, I don't have any money, and he got his wallet out and showed them he had no money.
Smart.
And they let him go.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so if you're ever going to do that, just tuck it in your sock.
I keep a small pistol in my sock at all times because quite dangerous living in the hard streets of Adelaide.
Oh, for sure. To protect my money, I put it into a capsule. And then I swallow said capsule.
Yes.
And then whenever I need to get money for something, for a purchase,
you make a deposit.
I make a deposit. and I come back and pay for it.
Hey, mate, you got that money for the...
even this morning,
the
remember...
Fringe show? Yeah, let me just make a deposit. I'll be back in 15 minutes.
You know how I got those coffees for everyone this morning?
Yep.
And Macy said, oh, you used cash. I sure did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure did.
It's how a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Nope.
That's what Ben calls... He calls it the prison bank.
Yep.
Making a deposit from the prison bank.
Yep. Would you like to make a withdrawal?
Yes, please, sir. How much? Anything over $5,000, we need to refer up because that would be quite the deposit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's wild, those. You know, when you watch those shows on like prison, and I actually follow
like world's hardest prisons.
Yeah, but they like explain how they get things in there. Like if you want to get a phone into prison, like you know.
Yeah.
Someone's got to mule that in.
I was like when they go kite fishing or like note fishing, and they got like little messages and they got strings and they have to throw like little weights.
Yeah.
And they can hook it and they pass it down the cells. Like
yeah.
Surely though, if you're a guard, like
what's that fishing rod doing there?
You're turning a blind eye.
That's just for fishing. But this is a prison. There's no bodies of water.
Did I see a fishing rod cast out at that cell?
No, not me.
No. What?
I reckon you got an ugly stick in your cell. I've seen it before. Nah, not me, man. I follow these guys on TikTok. It's like these Kiwi dudes who are doing like hard prison time, and they post
and they've got access to TikTok.
Yeah, so
wild.
It must be like, you know, maybe they're in that spot where they're sort of slowly getting back into the world, but they've got their own TikTok account, and their whole thing is like explaining how things are done in prison. And there was one, and it was like, I don't know if it was a joke or not, but it was like explaining how they do prison tats and how they do it like homemade. And it was like they had like a pair of thongs, and he had like a lighter, and he was like melting the rubber off the thongs to like have like hot sort of like, and that was like the ink.
Whoa.
And they were saying like, yeah, don't do this at home. This is only prison. And
then they use the needle, and
then they were like, yeah, it's just basically scratching that into the skin like with the needles, but like it was like burnt up plastic, which surely can't be good for you. But
no.
I mean, I suppose that's the thing. Like,
maybe it is good for you.
But how do you
just
get tattooed? Like, hey, I don't know.
Maybe that's the secret of good health.
injecting the thong tar into your bloodstream. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Wow.
I actually had a thong. I got my Havies.
Yeah.
And yesterday I got home. My partner Sam, she's been obsessed with this aquarium / plant shop on Anzac Highway. It's been coming soon. Like it's had the grand opening. It's like coming soon.
It's really probably not as good as A1 Tropicals on Northeast Road.
I haven't been to it, but this one, like, it's pretty big, and she's been obsessed with it. And she texted me yesterday and said it's finally open. So when I got home,
so does she want fish or something? Like,
I think I don't know. Honestly, she's never once said she wants fish, but she would want to go to this aquarium.
Pretty boring pet, I reckon.
Fish?
Yeah, boring.
I had fish growing up. I liked it.
I also feel bad, like, you know when people got like koi fish?
Oh yeah,
I just feel bad.
Yeah, 100%.
But they're huge, and then in that little pond.
Yep.
I'm like,
well, this aquarium had a lot of those like real big fish in like
real small
tanks,
and shoe boxes.
There's circles and circles and circles.
Yeah.
Anyway, point of the story was we went there, and as soon as I stepped foot into the store, I had a blowout. Thong completely broke.
Right.
And then Sam said, take them off. And I was like, I can't be one of those people walking around the shop in bare feet. So I chose to drag 1 foot across the whole floor.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you took it home, and I got a prison tat saying, I love Big Mike on your guts.
No, I melted it up and drank it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I feel great.
It's good for health.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What fishes did you have when you were a kid? Because I had goldfish, obviously, but then I also had... You know, there's like little crappy ones, like there's zebrafish, you know, there's like real tiny.
Yeah,
Why did everyone have them as a kid?
I didn't.
Oh.
Did you have tropical, or no, by the sounds of it, you had just freshwater?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I think that
so there's definitely... I was pretty into my fish at like the age between 14 to 17, I was pretty into my fish.
Had a lot of luck with the ladies around that stage as well.
Yeah.
Have you... Ben's a real fish guy. Oh, wow. Like, hopefully I can go over and see his tank.
But no, there's like 3 levels. There's like freshwater, which is just you got a glass and a jar.
Yep.
It's just got fish in it. Then there's tropical, which has got a heater in it.
Because they got to keep it sort of warm, like a tropical climate.
Yep, like tropical climate. And then there's saltwater, which is by far the best looking take, but the highest maintenance.
Right.
But
so
those
what did
fish,
you have?
They're like Nemos and stuff like that. They're and they're so
it's
bright
like what
and
you would
colourful.
get in the ocean.
Yep,
basically.
exactly. But you've got to like the Great Barrier Reef and stuff. That's what you would see there. But it takes so much work. Whereas tropical, they're better fish than just freshwater, but it's not as much work. But I had tropical tank.
Did you like the reef when you went to it?
No, not really.
Really? Because everyone says that. Everyone's always ragging on the reef, being like, oh, not as good as I thought. And so I think maybe because my expectations were so low, I thought it was the best thing I'd ever seen.
No, because I've done snorkeling in Thailand.
Oh, yeah.
Just off the PP Islands, and that was ridiculous. It was like you see in the movies where it's all like colourful and like it was wild. Then I saw the Great Barrier Reef and it was just all brown because of the bleaching. It was cool though because I didn't see this in Thailand, but in the Great Barrier Reef I saw giant turtles and I saw those giant clams. That was very cool.
Big clams.
Yeah, saw a lot of clams.
Hell of a lot. I was pretty stoked. Saw a sea turtle.
Yep,
that was pretty cool. Apparently they're pretty rare.
Yeah, I remember telling you this, and when we saw it, they were like, "Wow, no one ever gets to see sea turtles." And then when you were like, "We went and we saw a sea turtle," I was like, "Okay."
We had the idea of them like having a sea turtle on a chain in the boat.
Let it go.
Throw it out into the water. Well, guys, look to the left. It swam way fast. Where did it go? Yeah, back into the bloody boat. Yeah, that's how you get them coming back for more. You know what? I think that was pretty fun. I think we don't want to skimp out on you unless someone needs to go get a haircut or go to the toilet or whatever. But I think that was extended as it should be.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll catch you next week.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.